I know, especially as an offensive line. But to be completely honest, we were going against a good defense. And they had a good plan coming in. We had a good plan coming in as well, but they executed well. There were a few things that we targeted right, but maybe we let our technique slip from us a few times. And but it was good. Overall it was a clean middle game. We felt as an offensive line. It's just but it is really, really good that we can get that experience just out of the way. To go to Auburn and play in front of that many people and not have any communication issues. That was the big thing. Is we knew where we were supposed to go, and for the most part we blocked it correctly, technique wise and everything. But it was really, really good experience for especially those guys like Jake and Taylor. I mean, Taylor was our offensive player of the game, getting his first start against Auburn. Against a really, really good defense. So, I think we have, just get better from there.
Jabbo said when he hears people say, well, they won, but there wasn't a lot of style points involved. He likes that because it shows the regard that your program's held with. Do you share that? Do you also maybe get amused when you hear your own fans say, man, what's that way to win?
No, that really speaks to our culture around here and where we've come as a program. Just it's not just good enough now for us to win. We got to win with some style points, like you said. So, it is a bit amusing, but at the end of the day, getting the win is the most important thing. And us really being able to learn from our mistakes and not make the same mistakes is something that we're really going to focus on. I know this week and in weeks, coming up.
What do you think of Christian Wilkins and Dex Lawrence in their debut as offensive linemen?
It surprised me at all. We had practiced that, and they came in, and I remember whenever they told us in practice, those guys came over, and we were like, oh my goodness, this is going to be a good one. And so it was. I thought maybe they could do a little bit better, but maybe their technique wise. But no, those guys, it was. I'm sure it surprised some guys for Auburn to see those two big bodies come in there and running straight at you.
How much have you advised them as far as technique goes and that sort of thing throughout August?
Oh no, that's a coach's job. They did fine. They did what they needed to and went in and got a score, help lead the way for Wayne. So that was the main thing. But no, it was like I said, whenever they had presented that jumbo package to us, we were like, man, it's going to go somewhere.
What are your impressions been like of Dexter when you see a guy that young, that huge, and all of a sudden he's got the athleticism on top of it? I mean, is it just a head scratcher almost?
Yeah, he's a freak. He's got God-given talent, and he's just one out of a million. You don't see that. He's not the norm. As Coach Sweeney tells a lot of these freshmen, because some guys might come in and look at a Dexter Lawrence or a Deshaun Watson and go, man, they start to get down on themselves because they may not have the production those two guys have. But those two guys aren't the norm. Those aren't normal college freshmen. Whenever Deshaun was a freshman, and Dexter now, I mean, it's insane just to see how he is, and to think he was getting blocked, or he was going against guys, maybe 15, 16 years old last year in high school. I mean, but his production on the field on Saturday was not surprising to us at all. If anything, we're like, man, now someone else can see what it feels like. We're about tired of blocking him. So, like, man, now we know it's not just us that has trouble with him sometimes. So, I mean, he's gonna, just the whole fact that he is a freshman, he's gonna be something special.
Does he remind you of anybody? Even a guy that's been around the program 4 years and was 22, 23 years old. Anybody that reminds you of him?
Man, I don't know. Since I've been here, if we've really had anyone quite like him to be. I mean, he's 340 plus pounds, 18% body fat, runs a sub 5 40-yard dash. I mean, I don't think we've had anyone be that physically just monstrous. So, no, not anyone. Like I said, since I've been here, that I can really compare him to. I mean, he plays with a good motor. And that also helps him with his size. I mean, because he's strong as an ox, and to go along with that size and his mentality, his motor, it's just something special.
Would you like to see 400-yard total offensive plays and more touchdowns? Is that a point of emphasis, you know, making sure you score touchdowns or don't get field goals or turn the ball over?
Well, I mean, our whole main goal is scoring touchdowns, you know, so we can have 200 yards of offense and want to score, you know, as many touchdowns as possible. So, I mean, it's just really, you know, all about getting the ball in the end zone, getting points, and not letting drives stall. And, you know, that's the thing that we need to do a better job of is, I know especially coming off of last year too, we didn't do a great job of scoring touchdowns in the red zone. And so that's something that we're really going to emphasize and, you know, get better at in practice. But, you know, I think overall, you know, I mean, we did what we needed to win, and that's the main thing. But, you know, we do need to score more points, and we left, like I said, some points on the field. You know, some things that maybe we could have done as an offensive line better, maybe having some drop balls. But, you know, the way this team works, we're going to get it all cleared up. And it's like I said after the game on Saturday, every mistake after going back and watching the film is correctable. You know, it's not just things where guys are just getting beat right and left. It's things that, you know, can be fixed, and that's a positive.
As the old man in your room, is it good to go back and watch the film and see a guy like Jake Morgan, who maybe was a little too quick on his set with Carl early?
Yeah, no.
Learned to get a little softer and better as the game went on.
Yeah, well, I mean, he, you know, you really got to fill it out with anyone, you know. I mean, because I even got beat once with Montravius Adams, and it's going to happen. I mean, you know, they're good players for a reason because they can win one-on-one matchups, and so that's the thing is with him, you know, he's come along mentally more than anything is where I feel like last year he would have beaten himself up a little bit for, you know, maybe giving up a pressure or not having, because he's a perfectionist just like I am. So it was really good to see him, you know, maybe not have a great play, but then bounce back the next play and do great. So that's the biggest thing that I was proud of him. And once again, with a guy like Taylor, just coming in his first start, that kind of environment, and just, you know, playing lights out. I mean, you know, grading over 90%. He had 4.5 knockdowns, you know, against that type of defensive front. You know, that was really, really, really encouraging because Taylor's a guy that, you know, I've kind of took under my wing, you know, kind of tried to lead him along, and it's really, really, really encouraging to see him do that.
You played 5 straight games away from home. How excited are you about getting back in Death Valley and trying to keep that school record home win streak on?
No, extremely. I mean, we got the best fans in college football, and finally to be back with our Clemson families is great. You know, I miss playing in Death Valley, like you said. I mean, we've been away for so long, and it's going to be really great to be back.
All right, thank you, Jake.
Thanks, Jake.
This, you don't need to touch that. Just that and that.
There we have follow up radio. Okay.